That is true. That is an absolute fact. The culture, el país, la cultura de Jamaica. Let me stop speaking in Spanish. The culture of Jamaica shall receive its flowers today. So, for those who do not know, when you talk about reggaeton and dembow, clearly that spans from reggae. But the roots, how it comes from that is so, when you go to the country of Panama, Panama had a music genre called plena, or reggae en español, basically. How that developed was Panama's always had Afro-Panamanians. Like, they've always had black people, but, like, there was a certain point when you had the building of the Panama Canal where you had a lot of people migrating from Trinidad and Tobago, from Jamaica, all the West countries in the West Indies, right? And also, I want to just bring this up, too. I do have to give my respect to Trinidadian culture, like soca, et cetera, because that does contribute to playing that, too, as well. But long story short, the influences that brought later as the years went by, as the years went by, I say around the 70s and 80s, that's when you have plena. Plena was took into Puerto Rico, which led to the development of reggaeton, because it's technically reggae en español. Reggaeton is basically reggae en español combined with rap or hip hop. Then when you go to Dominican Republic around the same time, then you have dembow pop up. This when you have that song. What was that song back in the day? Mujer Andadora. So, yeah, man, you have to all of that. Like, Jamaica gets a bad rap, but you do have to acknowledge the contributions that Jamaican culture, not just dancehall music, not just reggaeton music, but all of that. Reggaeton is literally one of the biggest music genres in the world, and you have to give respect and acknowledge that all of that goes back to Jamaica. You know, where it truthfully goes back to Africa, but you know. The dembow situation, and I hate to talk shit, and I love that. First off, my content, I done pissed off a lot of people. I'm going to talk about it. I'll say the dembow situation is very interesting because for those who don't know, dembow is basically, I call it like the Dominican version of reggaeton. And there's a lot of different aspects that come into play with it. I'm kind of generalizing it just by saying Dominican reggaeton. But I do have to acknowledge that. And I love Dominican culture. I fuck with my Dominicano. I listen to bachata and todo día. Pero one of the things I always found interesting was when you go to the DR, they used to call the Jamaicans, those Jamaicans que estaban pasando para allá, they used to call them cocolos. Some of y'all from New York, y'all know what I'm talking about because they say that shit there. They call anybody who's black cocolo. And they would basically tease all the English speaking migrants coming from Jamaica, Virgin Islands, Trinidad and Tobago to go work there. It's so fascinating and ironic that one of the most popular music genres that is in the Dominican Republic right now has to do with influence from the cocolos.